A skinny wretch like you has come far enough! Once again, open your eyes and behold! How dare you come back? Why do you have to come back? One more taste of my Samadhi wind! Let the sun swallow! Winton, how is it yours to use?
Alright, we got him, boys.
You disciple, you're a fool. You stole Erlang's spell and snatched the great sage's relic. You even took your master's heed. Just for a short reign over this barren valley.
That's his head the whole time. Oh, wow. He doesn't look very Irish.
Amitabha. I am Bodhisattva Lingji
Oh,
of
now he sounds
Mount
different.
Sumeru. The warden
Bodhisattva.
of this rat. After the great sage's passing, his sixth senses were scattered across the mortal realm. This thieving rat chanced upon one of them, yet hindered by his meager might, he could not absorb its power. Thus he schemed with wicked intent. A victim of his deceit, I had my head taken by him. The sense requires such a grand container to release its power. I should bear the blame for his reign of havoc upon this ridge again. Through your valor and sagacity, order has been restored. You are the sole worthy one to keep it. Please, keep it secure in my stead.
Alright, so he was the final boss of this area. Oh, cool. The animation's different again. What? Was it all a dream? So he killed it instead?
Men, beasts, Buddhas, Yaoguais. Each of them bears a distinct root from birth, superior and inferior. None should disturb what's decided. Am I right, Sun Wukong?
Oh, well, like a hierarchy? Class system? So he killed the fox because he feared his dream that would come true?
With the wind and sand you've endured here, did you reach the Forgotten Kingdom at the end of the land? Did you find the clash of stones and the fall of Tiger's acolyte? If you shut your ears and heed only your inner murmur, I fear the more you yearn for flawless endings, the further you'll stray from the path. Rats and cats, neither grasped their destiny, and yet neither admitted it. Listen closely, young one. Their complaints ride upon the wind. Spared him, punished him, avoided him, eluded him. Master's grace taught, disciples' plot sought. His golden long staff meant nothing once mortal compassions took root. Bodhisattvas too could fall in this way.
Oh, that was him. That was the headless master, Bodhisattva. So that's Sun Wukong himself right there. Dragon.
No wind wrought such destruction here. The Samadhi wind brought only malice here. Vajras and Arhats before the yellow wind shivered. Mounts of bodhisattvas, a lion scion and an elephant white, in fear quivered. A wicked Yaoguai of fierce might followed a discerning master. It was his blessing, but also became his curse.
Okay, there's a pig.
They could have put their belief in anything, yet they chose a Yaoguai. Those who deny the rules must suffer the wrath.
It's a multi-eye guy. The Tiger Vanguard. Two-headed rat.
On a white deer or a green bull the celestial courtiers mount. On a cyan lion or a white elephant the bodhisattvas ride. This great beetle, too, could be someone's mount.
Oh, it's a bird. Chapter 3, White Snow, Ice Cold. Oh, cool. We're going to the ice mountains, or it's not ice places. Place of winter. Alright, so I leveled up a lot on in the background. Grinded a bunch of skill points for it. I put him a lot on defense. So I can last longer in battle. Get used to the different dodges. It's longer. Starting over and over. Baby. Oh boy, so I should have a lot of enemies. The lesser Yaguai folder. Okay, supporter monk. Strength unused with no place due. Lifting stones at task askew. Eyes so bright, you're lost in haze. An empty gaze lost in self's maze. Wait, where's he at? I don't remember him. In the past, the craftsman building the Grand Hall in the New West frequently encountered strange occurrences, leading many to quit. Curious, one craftsman sought out the abbot, reputed to be a high monk, for answers. The abbot, without hesitation, led him to the great pagoda, where he revealed the lantern warden. The craftsmen were terrified, having heard tales of Yaguais in their youth, but never having seen one. At that moment, a wondrous sound echoed through the great pagoda, and the lantern warden emitted a blinding light, causing the craftsmen to lose their sight. They cried out in despair. The abbot smiled and said, "To see the truth, one must be willing to sacrifice even sight. You might as well stay here in this temple and practice the path to ultimate bliss with me. Perhaps you will have the chance to transcend and reach the Buddha's realm." Realizing they were now blind and unable to find work, the craftsmen decided to abandon the secular life and join the temple. They asked the abbot how they should practice, and he replied, "Whatever you are skilled at, practice that." The craftsmen, known for their great strength, decided to pursue enlightenment through martial arts. Despite their blindness, they trained under the temple's overseeing monks. They tied large stones to iron chains and attached them to their wrists, lifting them daily. This also conveniently prepared the stones needed for the temple's construction. The abbot was pleased and appointed them as supporter monks, saving a considerable amount in labor costs. It's kind of messed up. Civet sergeant, neglecting work, indulging in ease and quiet comfort, seeking to please. When children misbehave and play, they churn fierce like wolves in disarray. Once there was a rich landlord who had built many houses. Among them there was a court where none lived. It had a clear pond, an old helm, and a swing. The village children longed to play there. The landlord, however, ordered his servants to guard the court and allow no one near. As days passed, the children grew bolder. They began throwing pebbles to draw the guards away, hoping to sneak in. The day soon came where one of the servants was struck in the eye by a pebble they threw. Enraged, the landlord decided to dismiss the guardians of the court and simply lock the gate, posting a notice that read, "Beware the civet guy within. Enter at your own risk." Alright, I gotta change my batteries real quick on my remote. Alright, so the young ones dismissed the warning as nothing but an empty threat. They scaled the walls, gathered the elm seeds, played on the swing, and caught fish in the clear waters of the pond. Their laughter echoed throughout the court. All of a sudden, tiles from the roof came hurtling down. Landing near the children, startled, they cried out loud and drew their parents out to the court. The adults arrived, shouting for the owner of the place and demanding recompense for the peril that they had befallen their children. After much shouting, a sharp voice rang out from the rear roof. "Begone, mortals, lest you seek your doom." At those words, two blades whirled out from nowhere, spinning in deadly dance, and left wounds upon many. In terror, the crowd turned and fled. Oh, these are the little monkeys. Yagoi chiefs, mother of stones. As fate aligns, chance plays its part, yet misfortune leaves an empty heart. Judge not a hero by his skill alone, but by the fortune that they have shown. Long ago, in the Yellow Wind Ridge, there lived two mountain deities. By the grace of a wise one, they came into possession of great Yaguai's inner pill. They split and consumed it, gaining great powers from within. Thenceforth they bore the shape and heart of humans. In gratitude they bent their newfound strength to make the mountain's wilds thrive for the wise one. The keeper of the mountain, however, received no share of this boon. Envy wormed its way into his heart upon learning that the deities could conjure rock wise at will. He schemed to wrest his power for himself. Little did he know, their conjurations drained deeply from their own will. The mountain deities poured out their own power to birth Rockwise, who shaped crag and stone and nurtured green and blue. Day by day, the keeper of the mountain sought to pilfer their practice and cultivation through low deceits. Then came a day when the great rock Gwai emerged, and the lesser Gwais bowed to him as their vanguard. Still, the keeper, heedless of his peril, provoked strife as he had done before. Blow after blow, the stone vanguard rained upon him until he lay pummeled in the dirt. Even then, he did not cease hurling curses. Alas, those who are bent on wickedness find few obstacles in their path, while those who pursue virtue encounter many hardships, often set by those with ill intentions. Okay, Tiger Vanguard. Gathering strength with a mighty roar. Transforming stones, launching surprise once more. A loyal general with a heart so bold, a noble fighter lost in age of old. The Tang monk and his two disciples pressed on. Before half a day had passed, they came upon a towering peak, dire to behold. As they gazed upon it, there arose a tumult of wind, and from the mountainside leaped a tiger, dappled and fierce, its tail lashing in the wind. I am no common beast, it roared. I am the vanguard of the Yellow Wind King. By order of my liege, I patrol this range and seek out mortals to serve as side dishes for his brews. The Yaguai closed in with a flurry of claws aimed at Bai Ji's face. Wukong whipped out his staff with a shout, "Take him!" Bai Ji rallied his courage, and the Yaguai fell back in disarray. Panic, it slawed off its skin and draped it over a tiger-shaped rock. Loose from its flesh, it transformed into a screaming gale and raced back to the mountain road. And there it found the Tang monk chanting his sutra. In a trice, the tiger seized the monk and bore him away on the wind. The tiger brought the monk to the mouth of a cave, and stealing the wind, spoke to the guard. "Tell this to your master. The tiger vanguard has captured a monk and awaits the king's decision at the gate." The guard rushed in to report. Out came 2 tiger cubs who hailed the vanguard as their father and made their courtesies. The older cub asked, "Where did you find this pale-faced monk?" The vanguard laughed. "A stroke of luck. I was patrolling the mountain and chanced upon him." The younger cub, overjoyed, said, "Well done, father. Teach me how you did it someday." Even as they spoke, the master of the cave sent word, "Bring him in." Along with his sons, the tiger vanguard presented the Tang monk before his master. "My king," the vanguard began, "I was honored with your command to patrol the mountain. By chance, I came across a monk, none other than the Tang emperor's sworn brother, Tang monk, bound for a journey to the west to seek the scriptures. I seized him and now offer him to grace your table." The master, surprised, demanded the full tale. The vanguard knelt to one side and recounted the fight. "Hold," said the cave master. "We don't eat him just yet." The vanguard protested. "My king, it is against our nature to refuse the food before us." For his master replied, "You do not understand. Eating him would be no great matter. But I fear that 2 disciples of his would come clamoring at our gate. It is safest to bind him to the wind rest post in our rear garden. Wait 3 days or 5. If his disciples do not come to our gate, we will boil, steam, fry, or roast him at our leisure." There is no rush. The vanguard rejoiced. "Wise beyond measure, my king. Wise indeed." The 2 young tigers followed their father out. The elder muttered, "Master has always devoured mortals without a second thought. There should be something he left unsaid." The younger added, "He seemed almost afraid of that mortal." Their father snapped, You know nothing of the power of our master. Long seasons have I served him. How could he shrink before any other?" The brothers exchanged glances but said no more. Scarcely half a day had passed when the master sent for them again. It was Sun Wukong challenging upon their gate. The tiger vanguard requested to face him, but the master demurred. "I fear you cannot prevail against them. You may well be wounded, and you must not then impute blame onto me." The vanguard's sons urged him to reconsider, but he paid them no heed. "Rest assured, you wait only until I return." Yaguai Kings. Okay, the Tiger Vanguard. Majestic and grand with a fierce display. Striped coat, eyes lightning's ray. Like lightning's ray. In the blood pool, its wrath does rise. With a bronze head and iron tail, it terrifies. The tale began centuries past when the journeyers crossed Yellow Wind Ridge. In those days, the old Tiger Vanguard lost his life seizing the Tang monk. He left behind 2 sons who, once orphaned, had to fend for themselves. The mountain groves lay in ruins. The Tiger brothers led the remaining lesser Guais in a bitter struggle for survival. Fortunately, their father had taught them enough to make a living. As the sandstorms ebbed, rock Guais slowly restored the groves to their former state. The elder Tiger, following his late father's ways, governed the Yaguais in the mountain. Each knew their place and dared not prowl, forced to prey on the living. Later, mortals, drawn by the lush peaks and clear springs, built a village amidst the slopes. The elder tiger gained renown as deity in the mountain with the principle: devour the evil and shield the good. The villagers built a crouching tiger temple for the brothers, offering rich tributes that made their lives even more blissful. Yet long had the younger nursed a grievance. His other brother reaped all the glory in people's words on the tigers in the mountain. He believed his brother earned this merely by dint of a few more years of life. Another century turned and Yellowwind Sage returned to Yellowwind Ridge with a host of rat guais. The younger tiger declared that it was the sage's negligence that had doomed their father. He clamored to slay the sage in vengeance, urging his brother to drive off the rats. Deeming this just, the elder agreed, but in that fight, the sage unleashed a vessel like a bodhisattva's sever's head, with its scale sharp as an edge. In a single clash, the younger tiger fell grievously wounded. For the life of his little brother, the elder tiger at once cast down his arms and knelt in surrender. The sage held no grudge. After learning the brother's origin, he even bestowed upon the surrender the title of Vanguard. When the younger tiger awoke, and learned his brother now served as the vanguard, he seethed in disbelief. The brothers quarreled bitterly until the younger stormed off, severing all ties with the only family he had left. In the tiger vanguard's eyes, the yellow-furred rat had twice destroyed his family and left them broken and scattered. He hated him for that, but he was no fool. As long as the rat had protection from the higher ones, what more could a tiger do beyond venting his rage by devouring a few lesser rats each day? A few lesser rats each day. Oh, he was eating the other rats here and there. Oh, that's what they pay tribute with rats on them. Okay, there's food. There's food behind. Armored strong with horns that rise. Burrowing brings endless human cries. A Buddha's head, yet ominous it seems. One side a saint, the other a fiend. The kingdom of the flowering sands, abundant with gold, marked the sun's daily demise. The sun, truest of fires, plunged into the western seas, and the waters boiled and hissed at its touch. Each dusk, as the even bell tolled, a king sent men to the ramparts, where they beat upon a great drum and sound clarion calls, thus neutralizing the noise of the seas, which would otherwise be sharp enough to ravage babies in their cradles. This drum, known as the drum of the setting sun, was a gift from the Buddha and granted peace to the common folk. In gratitude, they filled their land with golden statues of all those enlightened, and the place came to be known as the Buddha's land of gold. Yet as the years passed, the people's reverence for the Buddha grew to overshadow their regard for their secular ruler. This did not sit well with the king of the flowing sands. The chancellor, sensing his displeasure, petitioned for an end to Buddhism, and so the king decreed the razing of temples, the banishment of monks, and even the change of the kingdom's name. Not long after, at dusk, when the great drum was struck, a monstrous insect erupted from the earth beyond the border. With terrible might, it ravaged the humble villages, leaving untold dead in its wake. From then on, the sound of the drum unfailingly drew that Yaguai from its den to wreak new ruin. The people that killed this to be karmic retribution, the result of the king's impiety. The chastened king halted his suppression of the Buddhist faith and sent armies to slay the creature. Yet what hope had mortals men to prevail against a foe so mighty and dreadful? After a bitter struggle, they could only manage to frighten it back to its lair. Fortunately, there was an enlightened monk, yellow of hair and garb, passing through the land. This wretched soul could not bear to witness woe, and injustice, and aided the armies in slaying the wicked insect. In gratitude, the king honored him with the title of royal sage, and the monk resided in the kingdom for several years. In time, the royal sage took his leave and resumed his wandering. Word came that Bodhisattva, well pleased by his worthy deed, had taken him as a disciple. He then founded his temple in the Yellowwind Ridge. See how the world favors virtue, the king often remarked. Okay. The yellow wind sage, endless yellow wind sands stretch afar. In the land once abundant, no homes there are. Half quiet, half immortal, who can decide? Thief or sage, why would he mind? Firelight flickered over a table laden with food and drink. The second prince of flowing sands sitting in the table, gnawed on what might have been half a haunch with relish. The king of flowing sands sat beside his son obediently. The king of flowing sands sat beside his son obediently, as someone who typically delighted in pointing out the missteps of others. He remained oddly silent during the feast. Even the tiger Vanguard was on his base behavior, watching the dimwit across from him gorging on the haunch. The tiger seemed to have no appetite. The yellow wind sage sat in the place of honor, one hand caressing the object resting on the table, the head of a bodhisattva with eyes closed in silence. Pa, I need more. The sudden shout from the second prince set all hearts hammering. His pa, the king of flowing sands, glowered and hissed, "Shut it." Then he scrambled to his knees and pleaded for forgiveness. A trifle is all. The yellow wind sage rested his hand atop the head of Ling Ji, then stood. With my master's most prized vessel in my grasp, I can surely absorb that thing. I mean, to enter the secluded meditation starting today. I have appeased those old rascals from above. Yet it will be wise to remain discreet. If you're seeking seclusion, master, found the king of flowing sands, when people and I would be honored to camp outside the cave and stand guard beside you. Beside me, the sage gazed at his master's head and rejected his offer immediately. No, you will move to the ridge. I will be setting the yellow wind formation. Let no one disturb me. If there is urgent news, master, how shall we bear it unto you? The king cried out. The yellow wind pointed at the tiger vanguard. Have your rock brothers raise paths of sand, each with a gate locked by a secret tally. You two vanguards will each hold a tally. Before Tiger Vanguard knelt to thank the sage for his weighty charge, the king interjected anxiously. But master, we rats have never got along with those cats. If they hold the yellow wind sage didn't want to listen at all. He picked up the Buddha head and interrupted. All of you withdraw. Do not disturb me until the very sky collapses. So he started that hurricane characters. Man in Stone. Oh, the mushroom guy. When fortune fades, speak not of past delight. In times of joy, recall the memory's blight. A single thought of greed can cloud the mind. Each step in anger binds, leaving wisdom blind. According to common sense, the local keeper and the mountain deities should work together harmoniously. However, this was not the case in Yellowwind Ridge. Years ago, when the Yellowwind sage led his followers to subdue Buddha head Stone Guai, he sought the keeper's assistance in battle. The keeper, however, chose to remain a bystander. Consequently, when the Guai's essence was divided and distributed, only the mountain deities received a share, leaving the keeper empty-handed and filled him with resentment. Knowing his own abilities were mediocre and lacking in any significant divine powers or backing, the keeper believed that obtaining these essence would grant him great powers akin to those of the mountain deities. Thus, when the father of stone departed and the yellow wind sage surrendered, he harbored malicious intentions towards the mother of stones. He observed the valley for many days, noting how the stone guys were busy moving mountains and shaping stones. While the mother of stones merely issued commands from her stone cave, this gave him an idea. One day, he transformed himself into resemble a stone guai and pretended to be on an errand to approach the mother of stones. His plan was to ram into her abdomen with all his might, to hoping to crack her open and extract the essence. However, just as he leaped, the mother of stones let out a piercing scream, and several stone guys emerged from the ground nearby. Distracted, the keeper missed his mark and only managed to create a crack on the mother of stones' chest. Realizing his plan had been exposed, he clung to her, attempting to absorb her power with all his might. By the time the stone guys pried him off, he had absorbed half of her essence. Enraged, the stone guys chased and attacked him relentlessly. The keeper, unable to escape, tried to revert to his original form to fight back. To his dismay, he found himself unable to change back, likely because the stone essence has transformed him into a stone. The stone guys continued to batter him until he was buried into the ground, or in the ground. From then on, the keeper lost all hope and resigned himself to being a broken stone in the valley. Yet he still believed that if he could obtain the other half of the essence, he might be able to transform back. Oh, that's what he wanted, yes, right? Yellow-robed squire. In silken robes that flutter bright, a long-snouted guy with eyes alight. Drunk with joy, he sleeps on tombs forlorn. His spear and armor gleam like dawn. Windy searing sun, a vast waste. A headless monk and a yellow-robed squire rested together under a withered tree. The monk plucked at the strings of his section, his body swaying gently and fro. Enough, said the squire, rousing himself. Let's have some peace. The monk's hand stilled. He edged away, then raised his hand to strum again. The squire hastily held out his drinking flask. Have a drink? With what mouth? I ain't got a head. Where is it? Didn't you hear the song? The monk answered himself. Gone. Someone stole it. You should have kept better watch on your head. The fault is your own. The monk turned away, making no answer. The squire drew a piece of gold from his robe and showed it to the monk. Thought he had neither head nor eyes, the monk warned. Mind how ye swing about such a prize. Could have the thieves eyeing ye. The squire waved a hand. I don't have to worry. I'll come for you if it's filched. Me? You're the one I've shown it to. If it's gone, you will be the culprit. The monk gave a dry chuckle at a loss for words. The squire gestured towards the horizon. There's gold aplenty there. Why should you covet a mere sheet from me? I ain't after your gold. But tell me, what gold lies there? You truly don't know? That was once a kingdom abundant with gold. Gold from the gilded Buddha statues, all stripped bare. Even the gold on Buddha statues. Ye ain't believer in karma then? Ha, all those golden Buddhas never brought them any favor. This is plain. There is no such thing as karma. The monk fell silent. The squire sneered, tipping his flask. He found it empty and then rose to his feet. I'm to await someone at the bidding of my brother. If you want more drink, come find me. He tucked the flask on one side. I'll go scrape off more gold and trade it for a better brew. Then we can drink our fill. The monk tried to stop him, so he played the Sangshan, singing a song of karmic justice. The squire paid him no mind. With a wave and a laugh, he strode away across the sands. The headless monk's heart weighed down with disquiet. The yellow-robed squire, however, went on his way, and the desert air rang along with the peals of his laughter. There's no such thing as karma. It's made up. Bodhisattva Lingji. So here there's this guy. From emptiness, desires arise, bringing strife. From compassion, lust grows, vast as life. Vast as life, oh. Past joys turn to future regrets. Cleanse the heart, let go as the wind sets. The reason behind Bodhisattva Lingji's beheading were widely debated. Tiger Vanguard put it in this way. How could we mere followers dare to discuss the master's affairs? However, I once heard my father mention that our master despised that bodhisattva of some sort. Their so-called master-disciple bond, huh? To me, it was more about merely seeking protection. Being a Yagua, you got to be pragmatic. Immortals and Buddhas don't show mercy. It's just about mutual benefit. The king of flowing sands seemed to know more details. Years ago, when Master helped my humble kingdom avert disaster, I caught a glimpse of that big beetle. It had a Buddha head on its back, identical to the one Master beheaded. Alas, everyone in my kingdom turned into rats later. Master said it was a calamity he brought upon us and left with his followers. I know he didn't want to leave. He always wanted Yaguais to live dignified lives. The second print was terse. Master? Not bad. The Bodhisattva deserved it. But Tiamba, passing through, sighed and said, an oil-stealing rat climbs high only if someone sets up a ladder. The Yellow-Winged Sage had only one comment about the matter. Those who bring disaster upon others will have a disaster brought upon themselves. If not by me, then by someone else. Shoe dog. No divine arts, no meditation strengths. With the palm fam, he nurtures his pill stance. A sincere heart, the medicine he seeks, bored by human woes and worldly techniques. Oh, he's a dog. Well, he's a fox, is it? Or is he just a regular dog? At the eastern end of Xingshu Alley stood a modest Taoist temple, home to a solitary Taoist. This Taoist professed to have discovered the ancient formula for an immortality pill from the sea, earning him a reputation as a miraculous healer. The Taoist pills, when taken by the sick, showed no significant improvement, and when taken by the healthy, had no noticeable effect. If anyone inquired about their efficacy, he would calmly explain, there is no such thing as a wondrous cure-all pill that can bring the dead back to life. True health arises from the harmony and smooth flow of one's essence, vigor and spirit. Consequently, people began to doubt the Taoist skills, leading to his temple being sparsely visited and few seeking his medical assistance. In the city, there was an old man named Chen, whose wealth rivaled that of nobility. Now in his 60s, he had fallen gravely ill, showing signs of being near the end of his life. His son sought out the Taoist and invited him to treat his ailing father. The Taoist had a yellow dog that he kept by his side at all times. This time he brought it along to the Chen residence. The Taoist prepared many special pills for Mr. Chen. Although the household servants thought he was merely going through the motions, they dared not to say much and watched him from the sidelines. Unexpectedly, after taking the pills, Mr. Chen gradually began to eat and drink a little. And his breathing became smoother, showing signs of recovery. Yet, when everything was getting better, in one of the Taoist pill-making sessions, his furnace exploded, killing him in the process. The household servants came to clean up the Taoist temporary quarters, lamenting the whims of fate. To their astonishment, they saw the Taoist yellow dog dressed in his clothes, walking out of the room. The dog was fanning itself with a tattered palm leaf fan and said, I had planned to learn some mortal skills in the human world. Who would have thought that in this world great talent brings such peril? With that, the dog snapped the fan and disappeared. Oh, okay, so he was pretending to be a regular dog. He was learning from his master. Shoe dog, that's his name. Okay, cool. Okay, collect out of all the meditation spots. Got a relic. Brody Sadiva. The Brody Sadiva. Cyan Bat. Iron fork, spear in hand, clothed in simple garb. Humble did he stand. Deep woods, a world of white, a perfect hunting land in sight. In the past, there was a butcher named Wang in Changhuang village. Orphaned at a young age, his mother couldn't support him, so she sent him to apprentice with a butcher at the foot of the mountain, where he honed his skills. One day, a wealthy family in town was celebrating a birthday and invited Wang to slaughter pigs and sheep. Pleased with his work, the host rewarded him with a leg of pork. Wang decided to bring the pork leg back to his mother and set off for the village that night. Halfway there, he saw a man by the roadside holding a hunting spear and wearing an old cloth shirt. The man called out, "Brother, I'm a hunter for the village, trapping rabbits down the slope. I'm afraid of ghosts at night. May I walk with you?" Wang nodded in agreement, and they continued on their way. After a while, the hunter started a conversation. "Brother, have you heard? There have been reports of Yaguais in this mountain path recently." Wang laughed. What's there to fear about Yaguais? I have a butcher's knife at my waist and a pork leg on my shoulder. If I encounter a Yaguai, I'll swing the pork leg at it and chop it with my knife. The hunter forced a smile. After walking a bit further, the hunter said, "Brother, you must be very skilled if you're not afraid of Yaguais." Wang laughed again. "I've been slaughtering animals since I was a child. One strike can hit a vital spot, and one shot can break bones and tendons." The hunter, annoyed, said, "How can you compare Yaguais to animals?" Wang replied seriously, "There are no Yaguais in this world. Those who uphold justice are heroes. Those who bully the innocent are simply foul beasts." The hunter, unsure how to respond, walked on in silence. As the village came into view, the hunter hesitated and said, "Since you're not afraid, why not turn around and look at me?" Wang had already suspected the hunter was a Yaguai. He swung the pork leg, knocking the hunter to the ground, and raised his knife to strike. The Yaguai, losing its composure, quickly spread its wings and flew into the air, spitting. "Today I met a tough one. Bad luck, bad luck." With that, it fled immediately. They say the soft persimmons are easier to squeeze. Hence, it's better to be strong, stand firm, and even Yaguais will fear you a bit. Yeah, he practically gave himself away being an idiot. And look what happened. The hunter did exactly what he told him he was gonna do. The Brody Sodova Lingji. The Brody Sodova. Just the homie, the Brody Sodova. Oh, there he is. There's another one. Here, brother. What do we have here, brother? A new weapon, brother. A new weapon, brother. Ooh. Bad sage staff. No. Macaque Chief. Got him. Okay, sounds like he's not dead. We got some shield. Okay, so it's chill.
folk are Buddha! Kill every guest!
Faith and devotion, quite the notion. Yet how many can claim a mind so pure, still and sure? Look at you. Through the heavy snow you roam. Desiring that thing, no doubt. I read your fortune before you came. Care to hear? Act not and be still. Thy gifts art thy ill. If you seek your own end, I shall not stop you. I, the Keeper of the New West, welcome the Destined One. Now fly! On the lake? Therein lies the thing you seek. The lord of this land is away. Seize it now and leave.
Alright, that's enough for today.
Well, for now,